Stadium in Tampa, and they are nearing halftime with the Steelers out in front. George Pickens, a touchdown reception. From there, we head up to Foxborough to check on the Patriots at home at Gillette Stadium, and they have the lead in that one over the visiting Raiders. The Patriots trying to gut this one out, as it would be a good victory for them if they could get it. Finally, let's get you to Baltimore and check on the Ravens at home at M&T Bank Stadium. And you can see there it's the visiting Colts who have the lead in that one. Alec Pierce, a touchdown reception. Moving on, let's take a look at the next-gen stats for the Texans in that first half. And this tells the story right here. As a unit, negative yards passing through 2 quarters of play. That is something you almost never see. Meanwhile, for the Bengals, they were much more successful throwing the football than their counterparts, as you can see the numbers there.
Okay, Coach, thanks as always to you and the gang in Orlando as we welcome everyone back in for quarter number 3. The Bengals set to receive. They have the lead and the football to begin quarter number 3. And he'll be stopped up at the 25. The Bengal offense now with the football first here to begin quarter number 3. They're obviously right now in the driver's seat. Starting the third quarter with Cook. And they'll get him down after a pickup of 8, 2nd and 2.
You know what really fires up offensive linemen? When the guy that is carrying the ball behind them can create his own space and break a tackle along the way.
On 2nd down, Cook. Oh, a heck of a move.
Man.
And he'll take this into the end zone. Now, hold on here. We do have a flag down. So let's see what this is about.
Illegal blocking the back. Offense.
Brutal. So take away the long touchdown.
It's a cruel game sometimes, partner.
And play is stopped here. Timeout. It's the defense calling the timeout here. And as the two teams talk it over on their respective sidelines, we take a break. And Cook running on first down, but this defense up to the task there as they stop him before he can even get back to the line of scrimmage. Call it a loss of 1 officially. And here comes throw number 1 for the backup QB. And that'll be off the mark, too far out in front, and it's incomplete. An incomplete pass on that last play, and that means they'll need to come up with something here on 3rd down. Back to throw. Peyton. Got his man complete over the middle. It's Cook. And he's going to be taken down at the 39, clearly short of the first by a few yards. That'll bring up 4th down. They wind up getting 8 yards, but they needed more than that. And his kick is good. He got every bit of that one as it's good from 56 yards out. And that will extend their lead even further. Well, they picked up right where they left off in the first half. First drive after the break, they come away with 3 and increase that lead.
Yeah, and you just want to keep building on that lead, don't you? Whether it's 6 points or 3 points, take everything you can get, keep maneuvering, keep adding to it, keep making it difficult for them to come back.
Throwing to start the drive. Russell being chased out left. He's got Harrison left side complete. And a short 3-yard pickup gets him up to the 15. On 2nd down, they'll run with White. And not much to speak of. Call it a 1-yard gain up to the 15. These guys have punted 4 times already, and they're staring at a 5th, barring a conversion here on 3rd down. Now, meanwhile, a pass that should have been intercepted, but it winds up falling incomplete.
And there's another stop. One of the league's best defenses is certainly bringing it again this week.
And he deserves a bronze leg as he gets this one away. Fair catch taken just inside the 40-yard line. So possession goes over here on the punt. And out will come the offense as they take over. Now the Cincinnati offense ready to see what they can do here. Last time out, you remember their drive stalled, but thanks to their kicker, booted a long field goal to at least get them 3. Now here they'll try to do better and find the... And it's a fumble, and the Texans scoop it. They find some open field here. And they will bring this one back. A fumble return for a Texans touchdown. Gonzalez good on the extra point. So they do get one score back, but still a long way to go here in the third quarter. So here's the kickoff now as they'll get it again following that fumble return for a score. Desmond King to return it from his end zone. And that decision to bring it out ends up not being a good one. Costs him about 5 yards as he's tackled at the 20. James Cook running back out now. Looking for a bounce back. Had the fumble a moment ago that went for a touchdown the other direction. See if he can get back in rhythm.
And you have to be very careful about having too quick of a hook with really good players. I did a guy's game in high school where he fumbled 3 times in the first quarter. Finished with over 300 yards on the night. Later ended up in the NFL. If you've got a talented back, give it back to him.
Good work after the catch. Going to net him 23 and a first.
This offensive game plan has just been sensational. I mean, when you think about all the different ways they've gotten their receivers open so far, it's really been impressive. Scheme, design, execution.
Now this one over the middle into the hands of his tight end complete. And he's tackled at the 38, but they doubled their yardage. The play started at the 19, and they gained 19. First down, here's the run with Cook. And this time they were waiting for him as he'll be knocked down before he can get back to the line of scrimmage. Call it a full 3 yards in the wrong direction there. Brings up second down. Out of the gun, they'll look to throw. And this one too low. An incomplete pass on that last play, and that means they'll need to come up with something here on third down. Operating from the gun, Peyton. Pryor has it complete. And he'll be brought down at the 34, well short of the first down marker. So on fourth down, on is Evan McPherson and the Bengal field goal unit. On the right hash, officially this will be a 51-yard attempt. McPherson's kick is good, and that will extend their lead even further. I got to think at this point, third quarter, if you're able to hold on to the ball, get 3 at the end, that's all you're looking for.
I would agree with that because right now, this is a job well done by them. In fact, it's almost time for handshakes, a little dap on the sidelines, maybe even start to discuss post-game plans. And for the guys who haven't played yet, go ahead and get loose. Your time is now.
They start on the ground with Elliott. Credited with a 1-yard gain there to make it 2nd and 9. Looking to throw. Russell throwing for Smith on the out route, and it's caught. These guys have punted 4 times already, and they're staring at a 5th, barring a conversion here on third down. He'll get this out wide here to Elliott. And he'll go out of bounds, it looks like, right at the 40. Up the middle, here's Elliott. And he'll manage to pick up about 4. It's 2nd down. Following the pickup of 4, here's 2nd and 6. Operating from the gun, Russell. He's got the hook up with Dobbs. And they're going to get this down to about the 37. So they'll come up in Bengals territory now with a 1st and 10 at the 37-yard line. Back to throw. Russell. Completes it again to Dobbs. And he's going to be marked down just inside the 35. On 2nd down, Elliott. And he is going to be close to a first down as the tackle made at the Bengals 29. They'll try and run for it with Elliott. And he's able to work his way down inside the red zone to the 19-yard line.
It's a gain of 10. First down, Houston.
Inside the red zone here. They'll look to throw. Over the middle, complete. It's Elliott. And they're going to be set up now with a ball at the 13-yard line. They go back to Elliott. He's been busy. And he's going to be brought down just shy of the 5 at the 6.
The tackle made at the 6-yard line. First and goal.
Here's White. And he is going to lose yardage here. It's a loss of a yard there, and it's second down.
Well, we saw a lot of negative plays that resulted in plenty of lost yardage in the first half, and that trend is continuing here.
It's second and goal, back to the 8-yard line now. Looking to throw. Russell. They'll set up the screen to Elliott. Oh, good move. And he takes this down to about the 2 before going out of bounds. White. And this one will wind up with him losing yardage. Back to the 4-yard line. Fourth down now after a loss of 2.
This defense continues to be good on third down. They haven't allowed a touchdown offensively. Are you saying, let's go for this? Let's try to get it in the end zone.
I don't know about that because of what you just described. They've been so good, and they don't give up the big play that you would expect in downs 1 through 3. Why should fourth down be any different? You might want to go ahead and kick the field goal and see if you can figure out something else as this game moves on.
Kind of surprised by that they kicked the field goal. I guess you get some points, but this deficit third quarter, I don't know.
Yeah, I don't either. Yeah, I'm with you on that one. When you're down that much, kicking a field goal, does it feel a little bit maybe waving the white flag and just want to get out of here? Yeah, I think you got to go ahead and try and get some bigger points on the board.
And he'll be brought down right on the chalk of the 20. Cincinnati now ready to take the field. And they split the uprights last time for 3. They've got the lead. They're not going to play this conservative. They're not hoping for another field goal. They're hoping for a touchdown.
I'm with you on that one. I like where your head is. I like the way you're thinking because you're exactly right. Trying to sit on a lead and play that way, that doesn't work too well for most teams. Run your offense. Run what you do best. Exactly. Put it all the way down and try and increase your lead in a big way. And the best way to do it, touchdowns.
Buying time to his left. And seeing nowhere to throw, he chucks this one away from harm. Incomplete. Now it's third down. They'll run it. Here's Cook. And he will be very close to a first down, but I see the closed fist of the referee, and that means fourth down.
When we talk about defenders, specifically linebackers, keeping their eyes in the right spot, he had that eye down the entire time.
And you know that's not easily done because they throw a lot of misdirection at you. They try and fool you and get your eyes in the wrong place. But you're right about that one. He correctly figured that one out and made a really nice play.
So a change of possession here on the punt.
And the Texans will take over.
And now out comes Houston.
Well, we're still in the third quarter, so there's some time to kind of clean this up and make it look more respectable now. A win, that's probably gone out the window, Charles. But I don't know. Do you look at this as a time to just improve and maybe start to look towards the future?
I think you have to find something to play for, something to grasp onto until the clock runs out. But, Brandon, we've been around this game a long time. This is an outlier. You don't get many blowouts like this no matter how the game looks on paper going in. This one has turned out to be everyone's worst nightmare realized.
To throw on third down, Russell. And he comes back with one complete. And I don't think he got there, no. He's short by maybe a foot, maybe. Call it 4th and inches. So they're forced to punt on 4th as this one's away. Pulled in at the 24. We're off to the fourth quarter here in Week 15. Happy holidays to all. This is the National Football League on EA Sports. The Bengals drive about to get going.
We've paid this offense plenty of compliments already, but, I mean, they are deserving as they start another series. To be leading by this much with so much time left to play in the fourth, Charles, it's really, really been impressive to watch.
It has been, and you have to think to yourself, the preparation that went into this, but the absolute focus that they kept throughout in order to have this kind of a result, this is Super Bowl-esque, and they've got to feel awfully good about what they put out there today.
They run it again with Cook. And he'll get up near the 45. They'll spot it at the 44. 58 yards now on the ground at just 7 carries.
Second into his prime time for a little bit of a gamble, isn't it? Open up the playbook, go play action, toss that bad boy deep. But in this situation, go ahead and give it to your back. Let him pick up a first down. Keep the sticks moving.
Up the middle, it's Cook. And a good pickup there. He gets about 6 up to midfield. The last run got 6. Now 2nd and 4. Cook up the gut. And he'll get it down here to the 43. 7 yards there and a first down.
I think they like this drive a little bit better there, partner. Running game helping out, picking up some of the slack. Because remember the last drive, they went 3 and out.
A 10th carry in the game for Cook. Just a yard on the pickup there, and it'll bring up a 2nd and 9.
1 yard gain brings up 2nd and 9.
Now a give running right, it's Cook. And he is met at the line of scrimmage, and he goes down right there. And Bengals on 3rd down. They've struggled to the tune of 2 for 8 so far. This is 3rd and 9. The open man is Shark. It's complete. And he's going to be taken down with another first down as the stop's made at the Texans' 28. A really nice pickup of 14 yards, and it moves the sticks.
Partner, I know we're still in the afternoon slate here. Some primetime games still on the docket, but it's going to be tough to top this effort. What an offensive performance we have seen. They have been unstoppable from the moment we began this game, and they're not holding back. They're still throwing the football here in the fourth.
They certainly are, and let me tell you something. If you're old school, you don't like this at all. But in today's football, you just go ahead and savor it. Watch a team execute at a high level. Doesn't matter what the scoreboard says. Brandon, I've got to think this offensive line has got some smiles on its faces. And I know it sounds crazy, but they practiced for this back in training camp. They knew they'd be in situations where it'd be extra defenders in the box coming after them, trying to keep them from locking down a game. Right now, they want to show the world they're up to the challenge.
So from the 17 now, here's a 1st and 10.
From the red zone now, they'll look to throw. And this one into the hands of DJ Shark.
And they're going to be set up now with the ball at the 13-yard line.
4 yards on the pickup. 2nd and 6 at the 13-yard line.
Looking to throw on 2nd down. Peyton. And a quick throw here, that's complete.
And the Bengals are going to have a 1st and goal as the tackle is made at about the 5.
As far as tight ends go, this guy's not a speed burner. He's much more of an inline blocking type of a tight end. But how about this last play? Made a nice catch and picked up a first down.
That's what impresses me about him. When he's called upon, usually gets it done. Setting up the screen for Cook. Touchdown! James Cook with 2 touchdowns on the season, both in this game.
And the Bengals add on to their lead, and it's looking like that win streak is going to extend another week. Extra point by McPherson, up and good.
And this one was over a while ago as they just added on to that big lead.
After the touchdown, McPherson on to kick this one away. Taken in at the 3. And some good special teams coverage as they bring him down just outside of the 15.
And here comes the Texans now.
We certainly had a sense coming in here that these guys were in for a tough one on the road. That has been how this ball game has played out. They trail big as we continue on now here in this 4th quarter.
Throwing to start the drive. Russell.
Here's White. They set up the screen.
And he'll lose yardage here, back to the 15. He was unable to shake free there, and they'll cover him for a loss of a yard.
You know what the key to a good screen pass is, don't you?
Bet you're going to tell me, good blocking?
Well, good blocking eventually. But first is good acting. You want to let the defenders go past you, leak out to whichever side or even in the middle where you want to set up the screen, and then you do your blocking. How about the read, though, by the defensive guys? They weren't fooled at all and actually ran with the lineman to where the play was and smothered it for a loss of yardage.
Completed out left to Dobbs. And he is going to have a Texans first down as they're able to get the third down conversion.
And the Texans first down.
Back to throw again. The Bengal pressure gets him that time. Down he goes. It'll be a loss of 7 on the sack, and it brings up second. Back to throw. Russell. Wide open receiver, complete. Out of the gun now on third down. Firing quickly here, and that's complete. And he is going to have a Texans first down, and he'll have it by plenty as they're able to keep the drive alive on 3rd and inches. Throwing there, but this pass is going to wind up incomplete. After the incomplete pass, here now is 2nd and 10. They'll look to throw again. That's caught. He finds Danny Gray. And he'll be brought down just shy of the 40. They'll stick with the passing game as he looks to throw. And that will be incomplete. So now on comes the field goal unit, and wow, this is no ordinary try here. So this will be spotted on the midfield logo. It's a 58-yard attempt.
Well, Brandon, anything beyond 50, you start rolling the dice a bit. And once you get up around 57, 58 yards, the chances of making it go down dramatically. And sure enough, this one winds up no good.
The Cincy offense about ready to go here on their next drive. They start the drive with Cook.
Well, CD, you and I do a lot of games together, but it is pretty rare that we do a game of this margin. I mean, this has just been total domination from start until now, and I don't think they're going to take their foot off the gas at this point.
Do you think that on the sideline, some jokester said to one of his teammates, maybe a few of them, hey, we're up 50. Why not go for 100? You think maybe that line was uttered on the sideline? I can't believe what we're seeing here. An NFL game this lopsided.
It'll be a gain of 5, and that's going to make it 4th down.
It's now 4th down and 1.
Looking to throw. Peyton toward the sideline, and he will have the first down as he was able to keep the feet in bounds. So here's a 1st and 10 at the 38. Another tote for the workhorse this afternoon. It's Cook. And he can only manage to get a couple. 2nd and 8 coming up. Just 2 minutes remaining here in the 4th quarter of what has been a one-sided affair. Line of scrimmage, the 36 on 2nd and 8. Here's Cook again. And not much running room. Down to the 32. Play number 7 now coming up on the drive. 3rd and 5. Back to throw. Peyton. And he's going to go down. They get to him back at the 40. It'll be a loss of 8 on the sack, and it's going to lead him to 4th down. And this one is no good. He missed it. But that's just a minor blip here in what's been a thoroughly dominating performance. So it's an empty possession, and as a kicker, not the way you want to start your day's work.
And now each team's missed a field goal here so far, Brandon, so apparently neither guy is immune.
And the Texans set to come onto the field.
Where we stand right now in the 4th quarter, this one pretty much out of reach. And, Charles, I know they're going to be disappointed about several things with this ball game, but the self-inflicted wounds. They've had several turnovers. You would have to think that's going to be something they're going to discuss heavily in the film session in the coming days.
You're absolutely right about that, partner, because they're going to have to sit in that film room and watch every error that they made and figure out how to not do it in the future. And mentally, I think a lot of the guys are already starting to think about, okay, how do we put this behind us and get better for the next time out? This, they'll use as motivation for the rest of the time that they play to hopefully never be in this type of situation again.
So this one in the win column now for the Cincinnati Bengals. And it was a game where they were off and running in the first quarter, Charles, and never looked back.
You know, partner, after a while, we always say the same thing, don't we? They set the tone early, right? They started fast. So I asked a few of my horse racing friends, do you have a term for me that we can use to cover that? And they said, yeah. When a horse breaks out like that, you say he caught a flyer out of the gate. And that's exactly what this team did today. I mean, they jumped out there, jumped on them, and were never headed.
So for Cincinnati, they continue to make their case as a Super Bowl